So, leaving work, my little produce stand job that so far after a week I absolutely love, and meeting all kinds of new and interesting people that come in from pretty much all walks of life. Never worked retail or produce, but it's been really good for me, and honestly a blessing. After not working a scheduled job in 4 years, it's really easing me into a schedule, and I'm really blessed. And some interesting people I met. One couple came in, Ed and Christy, and she's a breast cancer survivor. And really, if I can brighten someone's day or understand or sympathize in this life that is just so much drama, and I think people really, miss what's really important. And this couple came in, and she had her freshly kind of grown out hair. You can obviously tell she lost her hair. And her husband was with her, and never forget Bob. And they came to the beach to have lunch, and she was having a bad day, and this woman and this couple was just so amazing, and I'd like to think I maybe brightened, their day, and she, is in remission, and you could tell her husband just loved her so much. And there's another man that came in, Chris, and he was Adventist, and we talked about an Adventist background, and he gave me a hug when he left. And it was really interesting because to meet somebody from a familiar background, it was an automatic understanding, and it was neat to talk about being raised Seventh-day Adventist, and we knew the same schools, private schools, and Loma Linda, La Sierra, Monterey Bay Academy. And it was kind of like a quick tour home, talking about my roots. And another man came in, Greg, and he talked to him about CBD oil and tinctures, and just I met some amazing people. A gal, Melanie, came in, and she was a chef, and she was on a gluten-free diet, and us offering more organic gluten-free foods, she gave me an insight on pairing, different things, doing displays, gave me an insight on gluten-free diets. And, talked to a coworker that came in when my shift was done, who suffered from anxiety, and she didn't know what was wrong with her, and she's only 22, and talked to her about depression, anxiety, and kids. She has a little boy, who's 2, and you know, it gave me a lot of insight on myself, and as I suffer from anxiety, depression, you know, maybe some social anxiety when we're not feeling ourselves. And I really had a good day, and some Wendy Woods words of wisdom would be that we're all in this game of life together, and you know, we want to get cutthroat, and you know, we're all like trying to climb to the top, but we're climbing on top of people, we're climbing on top of each other. And it's like, if we can learn to just build a ladder together, and you know, each nail that's pounded in, each solid step, you know, if we can just lend a hand down to the next person, you know, and say, hey, help me build this next step, let's do it together, I think this world would be a better place. And unfortunately, you know, not everybody thinks that. And it's sad, because I think the older I get, I realize more and more, and even mistakes that I've made in the past. You know, looking at my mom and dad, and they're still together 55 years later, and how my dad takes care of my mom, how my mom's had to relinquish some control of the house, you know, because of not being able to do what she used to do. And life is just such a trip. And I think of my kids and how, you know, ways like where I wonder how I can do better. You know, what can I do better to make my kids better? What can I do to be a better mom, to be there more, to be more present? What can I do to love them more, to try to give them more? And, you know, basically, my blog that I'm starting, you know, the dog ate my homework, and other mishaps of a single mom. It's hard. It's really hard. I think if we team up with people who are going to build us up when we need to, and at the same time build a strong foundation on our own, so that when nobody is around and the chips are down, we can have a solid foundation to fall back on. I think that's what's really important. And I think of all the people that walked into the store today, and all different ages, all different backgrounds, yet I connected with each one of them. And I think that's the Wendy Woods way, is, you know, we all have a story. We all have our hurts, and we're all just trying to get through this life the best that we can. And I want to share these experiences, because if I'm having experiences connecting to these different people, it's like a pay it forward, you know? I'm sure I'm not the only one, and maybe some of you are having a bad day or had a bad day or going through a rough time, and hopefully this will cheer those people up, and the people who are on the same level or had a good day, like I did today, you know, that energy will connect. And you know, it takes one person to understand. It takes one person to put themselves in the other person's shoes, and basically all we really needed to know about life we did learn in kindergarten. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't call each other names. Words do hurt. Don't lie, cheat, steal. Be nice to each other, and listen to your mom and dad and your teacher. And that's all I have to say for today. And we'll see what tomorrow brings. And we'll see just how this all unfolds. And life is good. It's beautiful. The sun is shining, even though we're going to have to maybe have more rain. But even after the rain, there's always a silver lining. And we're coming up to my just most favorite view. What actually about 20 years ago made me fall in love with this place. And life is so ugly, and there's ugly people, and there's also beauty in this world, and there's also beautiful people. And the people that I came into contact with today, you know, I think in some way I brightened their day, but in reality, I don't think that they realized how much they really did brighten my day. And, you know, to the man with ailments, thank you. To the man with similar background as myself, thank you. And to the couple going through remission and breast cancer, as my mom is a breast cancer survivor, thank you. And thank you for coming into my little store, and mostly thanks to God for this amazing view and this amazing place, and for giving us the struggles that we have had and are going to have, because that's what will keep us strong, and that's where we find our true strength. So, I'm off to take my daughter to get a new pair of shoes, and a day well done. It's Wendy Woods way.